I think we've more competition this year. I think if you compare points, we obviously have more points this year than we did last year. But I think for us, each season and each group of players are different. I think you need to approach, the game against Richmond with the correct mindset, understand, the playoff situation. Character is going to be really important. So I think it's very difficult to make comparisons between last year and this year. I think it's more important that you focus on what you can control, which is getting a good week's training into you and then preparing properly for the game.
I know coaches and managers don't care, but I mean, when you go into a playoff match against a team you had success against, is that your players against you?
No, I think in this instance, I think knowing Lee the way I do, he'll be using that as motivation for them. So I think it's again making sure you can control what you can, focus on the parts that you need to, which is training. We need to make sure we get a good week's training this week, and then we need to make sure we give a good performance on Sunday. It'll be a very tough game. I mean, Lee's got great experience, and a lot of their players have a lot of experience in the playoffs. So it'll be a tough game for us.
You guys playing as well as you would like?
Yeah, we've been pleased with our form. I think certainly the last few games we feel as if we've had some really strong performances. So again, we feel as if that's come from the way we've trained, and we've had some really strong performances in training as well. So it's making sure you carry that right the way through, and we get the same good week's training, good performance on Sunday.
After seeing Richmond so recently, is there anything from that particular game that you recall that really stood out to you?
It was a tough game. Yeah, they're very organised. I think for us, it'll be the same message that I'm saying. We need to make sure that our training is right and that we give a good performance, because it'll be a very tough game.
Looking back over the entire regular season, is there any one game that stands out to you as that's the performance that's really exemplary of the talent?
No, I mean, I think we've had some excellent performances. When you look over 30 games, I think we've had some really strong performances. I think we can be very pleased with our performances throughout the regular season. But again, that counts for nothing. It's all about preparing for Sunday's game. You see it often in the playoff situation. It means nothing. So it's when you get a one-off game like this, it's making sure that you perform to the best of your ability and don't let the occasion get to you. You need to focus on your performance and not let the occasion get to you, which is really important. No, I think you need to manage the game as it goes. I think obviously, we had penalties early in the year in the Open Cup. So again, you try and be aware of situations. But I'm sure from Lee's standpoint and from my standpoint, we'll be both trying to win the game within regulation. I think certainly from their point and from our point, it's not something you want to try to do is go to penalties. So again, it's focusing on the aspects that you can control, which is performance in training, performance in the games.
Early on in the season, it was kind of the newcomers to the team. It was George and Chandler kind of who were standing out, and now as time has gone on, it's people like Magnus and Kadeem are kind of re-emerging. Do you think that kind of balance is does that speak to your team? Maybe more being as consistent as they would like, or is it more of a positive thing?
No, I think there's other players that have been really consistent. I think Kyle Smith's had a strong season. I think there's Greg's had a strong year. There's loads of players that I can point to that I think have had really strong years. I think we've got a lot of quality in the squad. I think there's going to be certain games where a player maybe scores and grabs the headlines. Another, for Greg, for instance, if he saves a penalty, he'll maybe grab the headlines. I think for us, it's looking at things, constructively and looking over the course of the season and being sort of analytical in how we go about things, which we are. But we feel as if we've got a lot of good players that have had really strong years. So again, for us, it's looking forward to Sunday's game and hopefully going and making sure we give a good account of ourselves on Sunday. Thank you.